Good evening. Welcome to Have I Got News For You? I'm Adil Ray. In the news this week, at a photo opportunity in the Midlands, Boris Johnson puts on a brave face after screwing his left foot to a plank of wood. In Newcastle, after another surge in cases, students complain that the new isolation measures are a little too harsh. And as he goes on another drive to prove that he's still alive, there's concern that Donald Trump shouldn't have had the second bleach injection. On Ian's team tonight is a comedian from North Wales. We're very lucky to have her, not because she's always busy, but because she's the only Welsh person currently allowed out of the house. Please welcome Kiri Pritchard McLean. And with Paul tonight is a former Minister of Education. Of course, that was before the government decided to replace that post with an algorithm that makes children cry by crushing their dreams. Please welcome Nicky Morgan. Now, we begin with the bigger news stories of the week. Paul and Nicky, take a look at this.
Yes. There's our fearless leader, Boris Johnson.
He's arriving for his party conference speech to an empty room.
Nicky, you know this man, don't you? I think he's made you Baron, isn't he? Baroness.
Unless it's something I don't know, Paul, yeah.
Yeah, and he's been doing something. Has he been doing something?
He's been trying to do something. Yes, this is Boris Johnson's attempt to be upbeat in the face of endless barrage of misery, doom and incompetence. He was speaking at a virtual Conservative Party conference this week. Did you see the virtual conference room?
No.
It's an amazing virtual world. You could wander around like a really exciting video game. And there's like a foyer where you could have virtual chats with people. Amazing. And even better, you could look at a picture of Dominic Raab saying, "Let's grasp the tremendous."
What does that mean?
I don't know. Has anyone ever grasped his tremendous? I don't know.
I like the idea of a virtual conference, though, with virtual policies and virtually no one there and virtually no ideas.
Now why are you looking at me? I was going to say, this
You're the
is...
only one of us who I'm guessing would be interested in this.
The thing about the conference, they're showing the wrong rooms, because the room that is packed at party conference is the main hotel bar at all times of the day and night. Sometimes
What,
even...
including this year?
Well, no, not this year. Not this year. That is very true.
But this year, they had to go online, and it didn't work.
Depends what you mean by work, Paul, in the sense of, did the speeches get delivered?
Well, Ian, for a start...
So what's wrong with the name, Paul?
Nothing's wrong with it. I was just remembering that detail isn't this government's strong point.
Mind-blowing though it was, the virtual conference couldn't really reproduce the thrills of a real conference like this one in 2017, when Matt Hancock decided to give the extraordinary live performance.
Can I congratulate you on stopping it there?
Yeah.
I'm just imagining the bit before that where Matt Hancock is saying, testing, testing, and nothing happens.
What does Boris Johnson want the UK to do?
He wants us to be like Saudi Arabia. He wants us to be wearing masks and staying inside.
Well, he wants the UK to become the Saudi Arabia of wind.
Oh, of course. Yeah, how silly of me.
Just thought, there's a fartwart joke in there somewhere, isn't there?
Well, there's a very massive hot air joke for a conference.
Yeah, it's not just wind power, though. There's a variety of zero-carbon energy options for Britain, which The Times explained in this very simple diagram.
It's an eco-friendly future in which we have very, very low carbon emissions because we have no industry.
Boris Johnson was hit by the familiar accusation of there being no detail in his speech. But is it that important for the Prime Minister to know all the details, though? Is it that important?
For a minute there, I thought you were going to say he was hit by the usual accusation of what you're doing in my wife's bedroom. It wasn't that, so I withdraw my remark.
It's an odd question. Of course the Prime Minister's meant to know something.
Yeah.
I mean, not all of it, maybe not much of it, but
Right.
just bits would be good.
Well, look, let's have a look at him in action, shall we? Here's what happens if you ask for detail on hospital spending in Leeds.
So how much are you spending in Leeds?
And there will be a stream of funding over the next 4 or 5 years.
But how much will Leeds get? Can you tell us?
Leeds, I can tell you that Leeds General Hospital, Leeds Teaching Hospitals Trust is getting centralising the Children's and Adult Service at Leeds General Hospital with pathology services at St James and University Hospital Trust. In the University, it will be a big investment in Leeds. I can't give you the. Okay. Give me the number, somebody. Who's got the number for Leeds? Give me the number for Leeds.
There's only 2 objects in that picture, and only one of them is bright. But isn't this not perhaps long COVID? Because they say, don't they, that people who've had it, and he had it very seriously, as we remember, do suffer from sort of like, memory lapses and...
Failure to concentrate, inability to grasp detail.
Yes.
No, that was before he had it.
Oh, was
Here's an interesting fact. According to Boris Johnson, which is the only country in Europe to have more fat people than the UK?
Is it ironically Finland? First time we've ever gotten a round of applause on Finland. Thank you very much.
Apparently it's Malta.
Oh,
yeah.
Malta.
Oh.
Yeah. How do you make a Maltese cross? Take his pie off him.
Yeah.
Boris Johnson also said in his speech that Uncle Sugar won't pay for everything. Who's Uncle Sugar?
Oh, does he mean Sugar Daddy? Is it a variation on the particular website?
What's that all about then?
I believe there's one called Sugar Daddy.
Yes.
Which helps you cut down your...
Cut down your intake of young women.
Is there another one called Auntie Two Lumps?
Apparently he meant the nanny state, but he could have been talking about Rishi Sunak, of course, right?
Ah.
Yeah, OK. What has Rishi said about his political ambitions recently? He's actually said that he definitely doesn't want the PM's job. Nikki, will you back Rishi's coup against the Prime Minister?
I think that's what you might call a leading question.
Yes, it is a leading question. I'd quite like